Hey, what's going on, guys? Greg here today, bringing you guys Call of Duty Modern Warfare gameplay commentary. What you'll be watching in the background is a tactical nuke gameplay I got with a friend, The Last Dragon. He's a very good ground war player. Added him the other day. You guys saw on the stream that I was going up against him. I know some of the people he's friends with, so I finally saw that I could send him a friend request because I finally had his Activision ID. So I did, and we ended up teaming up, and we were playing some ground war games earlier today, and we had a really good time. We ended up dropping a couple nukes together, and it was overall, like I said, a very fun time. But today what I want to talk about is the guides for ground war, because I was talking to a subscriber on stream. He made mention that he would still like to see this map be covered for the ground war guides, and I realized I did also not do Airport. I said I wasn't going to do them because I didn't really play all that much ground war again, but you know, after seeing Cold War, I don't really think is going to have ground war. I just decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead, have some fun, play some ground war here in Modern Warfare, and just, I'm going to try to play it with other high KDR players in ground war and stuff like that, just so that way I can focus on just trying to get nukes and all that kind of stuff for you guys you want to see in the background, as well as I don't have to grind as hard for gameplays. And the reason I say that is because there should be more advanced UAVs going in the air, stuff like that. And if you guys don't know, my school schedule is just absolutely crazy. The amount of work I have, the stress load is just nuts. So having other good players in the party to play with also really just helps out getting these gameplays and stuff like that, which means I could bring more ground war gameplays for you guys. But anyways, back to what I want to tell you guys. So I'm going to be doing the airport guide, so that way you guys will have a better idea of how to play airport and try to go on longer streaks, get nukes, whatever the case may be, and what kind of tips and tricks I recommend for airport. Also, I'm going to be doing the same for this map here, Riverside. Now, this map is probably going to come out before Airport because I still don't know the best spots on Airport. I've been playing that map quite a bit since I've been playing Ground War again, and every single time I play it, I still feel confused as to where I should be always wanting to try to contest, what flags I need to capture in order to make sure, you know, enemies are going to be more concentrated in one area, so that way you can streak up with your advanced and stuff like that. So I'm still learning the map overall, and right here, that sniper was scaring me. That was a bee, so I really just wanted to make sure my white FOSS hits the ground. Tip real quick, if you are running white FOSS, it is a very good streak in ground war because it scrambles up all the snipers. They don't know what to do unless they have a thermal on, so keep that in mind. But you should be able to keep things to close quarters engagements, and you'll be able to see enemies and stuff like that, and you'll be able to take them out. So white FOSS is it's kind of a give or take kind of thing, because you know you're going to limit your own vision, but you also have to remember it gives you a lot more freedom of movement on the map, and that's why I absolutely love the white phosphorus kill streak in combination with the advanced UAV. Now, as I was saying about this map, though, I will probably have this maps guide coming up soon because I've already kind of learned how this map plays, what the best spots are. I've already gotten quite a few nukes on this map. Airport, I've only got a couple nukes on, and Airport, I can never get it to play the way I really, really like to play that map, which tends to be more towards the A flag, so I'm trying to figure out, you know, whenever we're on the A side and the enemies are spawning at D and E, how to really play in that area, because I'm still, like I said, I'm still learning that, and there's a lot of open area and stuff like that. So that will be coming soon, and if you guys are excited for that, be sure to drop a like on the video to help support the channel, as well as to show me that you guys do want to see those ground war guides continuing in whatever Season 7 brings. I might try to do that as well. I know that Cold War is going to be out by then, but I don't want to neglect Modern Warfare. Someone else asked me on stream, are you still going to play Modern Warfare whenever Cold War comes out? And most likely, yes. Probably not solo. I'm not going to go back solo. Only whenever some of the guys from the Nuke Regiment probably want to play Modern Warfare is whenever I'm going to come back to this game, so we can just hit up some ground war games, try to go for some nukes together. But that's probably the only time I'm really going to come back to this game, just because I'm really going to focus on Cold War and trying to help you guys become better players at Call of Duty Cold War. And I'm honestly really excited. I'm excited to get the open beta. We're going to be streaming that this weekend whenever it comes out for PC. I did not pre-order it, so I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to have to wait till the days that it goes open, but I'm excited to do it. Now, getting into the gameplay here, you guys are watching in the background, I'm actually going to choke this first nuke, and you'll see this because this guy's coming around the corner, and I'm actually looking at the radar as I was taking on that gunfight, because I figured I'd be able to win this gunfight, but I ended up stop shooting because I figured the number of bullets I shot into him should have been enough, but I was actually missing because I was looking at the radar, because I saw, if you guys didn't see, that guy went into that cubby, and whenever people go into that cubby, usually a couple more people are able to spawn on them, and then one of them is going to chase you down while you're back here. So it's just kind of like one of those give or take things. It's a really good spot to be at, but at the same time, that guy that's in that little cubby could have teammates spawning on him, and they'll come from behind. You saw that the guy I killed for the 21 before right there, he was pretty much coming around back. And if I didn't turn around right there, and if I don't even know why I turned around. Something just told me turn around. Whenever I did, I ended up killing the guy. But I still choked that first nuke, but don't worry, we're going to get a tactical nuke here off this one. So basically, I really like to play on this side of the map. I like to try to keep the high ground, and the main reason you want to keep the high ground is simply because you don't really want to be caught in between D and E, like trying to have to go up to the ridge in case they all start spawning up this way. I try to like to keep the high ground and feel it out. If I have to go down low into one of those buildings down there, I will. They are very powerful, do not get me wrong, and I will recommend them in the guide depending on the flow of the match. But as you guys can see, there were still a good amount of players still trying to contest E, and that's the reason I decided, you know what, I'm going to keep contesting E here. I'm going to keep trying to hold the enemies off as long as I can. And by the way, this is my new kilo setup. I forgot to make mention of this. So this kilo setup is amazing. It is the no stock, the 19.8 inch Prowler barrel, the monolithic suppressor, commando foregrip, and the 60 round magazine. And normally I would say no stock is not a good attachment. Normally I do not like the no stock attachment because it makes the recoil control feel really weird. But there's a few guns in the game now that I'm really starting to learn that the no stock is actually not a bad option, and that is the Kilo 141 and the CR56 AMAX. So far, I am actually quite enjoying using the no stock attachment on these guns because you're going to get a little bit more strafe speed, as well as you're not going to lose as much movement speed as you might normally lose whenever you are using something like stipple grip tape, you know, because you're losing all that movement speed from the longer barrels as well as the commando foregrip, and it just really helps counter that, as well as it's going to give you more ADS time. Overall, like I said, it's kind of a trade. You have to feel out which weapons don't lose too much recoil whenever you put this attachment on, because it really does tank your recoil control, which means you're going to have a much bigger recoil pattern. It does not mean your vertical recoil is going to be reduced, but what it does mean is that your recoil pattern is going to have, it's going to be bigger whenever you're using this attachment. So I would definitely even recommend, if you don't want to use the monolithic suppressor, you could go ahead and use the compensator, because the compensator is going to take that away. Now, tac laser is another good option too, because the aiming stability is completely tanked whenever you have the no stock attachment on, and the tac laser might even be a better option possibly than some of the other attachments like the 60 round mag. Well, actually I wouldn't say 60 round mag. Maybe if you're in 10v10 you could do that, but in ground war you don't want to do that. And the reason I just say the aiming stability is still a very important factor. Right here I was trying to save my friend, but this teammate blocked the window and I just couldn't get up here in time. And they ended up pushing him and killing him. I think he was like 1 or 2 off his tactical nuke, which is just sad. But the game after this, we ended up dropping nukes together in that same match. The only reason I didn't want to show that is just because it was Boneyard, and I don't think I've uploaded a Verdansk Riverside gameplay yet. So, but yeah, so as I was saying, the no stock attachment, again, I completely changed my mind over it after testing it out. It is usable on some guns. I mean, again, like I said, is it the most competitive attachment for like 10 versus 10 or 6v6? I mean, in those modes, I really do like to have the best recoil control I possibly can because of the skill-based matchmaking. But in ground war, I definitely think you can get away with running this attachment because there's a lot more time before enemies kind of react, and especially because there's a lot more freedom of movement to these maps. They're bigger. You know, there's a lot of different routes people can go. So, you know, it's not all about reaction times in ground wars. I would definitely say that the Kilo 141 with the no stock attachment, as well as the CR56 AMAX, are very good guns with it. And I will bring you guys a pretty crazy tactical nuke on port soon, as well as some other ones I got with the Kilo 141, or not the Kilo, the CR56 AMAX no stock. I just want to show you guys the class setup because it is just, it's so good. I love it. I've been using it a lot, and hopefully you guys will like it as well. But anyways, so you guys are probably wondering, why do I sit in buildings quite a bit? Why don't I move out? Why don't I keep switching out my spot? And the simple answer is snipers. You're going to get killed by snipers. Usually, I don't really like to rotate out of buildings and stuff, power positions, all that kind of thing, until a white phosphorus is down, just because snipers will just see you once and they are not going to let you go. Okay, they usually sit in the back of the map in their HQ or just on top of a building, and without a white phosphorus down, it's just going to be hard to actually try to rotate out of a building. And right here, there's literally no reason for me to push out his building because all the enemies are just spawning in the EHQ, and that's the reason I am just going to wait here the entire time. But Anyways, the gameplay is pretty much coming close. It's pretty much coming to the end, I should say, and I actually went on quite a few 20 streaks in this game. I think I got 3 20 kill streak medals and only 1 tactical nuke, so this was like almost a road to a triple nuke, I guess. I choked those quite a few times, but I did choke a double like 3 times today, which is kind of sad, so I'm still trying to get a little bit more doubles. Maybe I still never got ground war double. I have my double in 10v10, but I'd like to try that before the game is over too, see if I can do that. But yeah, anyways, that's just some things that are going to be coming up for the channel, as well as some map guides, and just want to show you guys, the new Kilo no stock and CR56 AMAX setup I've been working with. Some of you guys already probably know about the no stock attachment. You guys probably have already been using this, but I've been too ignorant, I guess, to actually put on the attachment because I was just so stuck in my old ways of using not having it, because I was just like, oh my goodness, you want to have the most recoil control possible, but it works out on some of these guns. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.